has been knocked out of the ICC Champions Trophy by Afghanistan. The second time in an ICC event where Afghanistan won against England, and all those promise around England cricket that they are here to practice against India for the ICC Champions Trophy, and winning the bilateral is not their only goal. But I don't know now. I think their goal has been a self goal, and they have knocked themselves out by playing a very average level performance against Afghanistan. Nothing taking nothing away from Afghanistan. An amazing 100 by Ibrahim Zadran, and some amazing all-round performance by Omar Zai as well, because he hit that quick fire 40 runs and then picked up 5 wickets as well. So amazing performance. Afghanistan. Apart from that encounter, we have our two neighboring countries, which is West and East Pakistan, knocked out of the tournament as well. And also very usual ex British player, that is English player, a comment from him against the BCCI again for India playing in Dubai. But yeah, Afghanistan. Do you think that they are not a B grade or C grade side anymore, and they are in the top leagues, and they have that mantle to beat any team on the day, at least in ODI cricket? Do you think that, Jinaj?
Yes, I mean, any short format, whether it's T20 as well, qualifying for the semi-finals in the last World Cup, T20 World Cup as well, and now giving a tough competition, a tough fight to Australia, South Africa, England as well within the group. So yes, I mean, and they have defeated England twice in a row. They defeated them, I think, in the World Cup 23 as well in Delhi at Kotla, and now again in Lahore now this time. So yes, I mean they are a formidable side. I hate when people say that Afghanistan upsets. I mean they are not upsets. They are a formidable side. They have got that mental strength to fight big teams as well. So I mean, they were clearly, I mean, a better team. I mean, even after England practicing so much against India, calling the wrong toss every time. I mean, even in India, like instead of batting first, they used to bowl. I mean, sorry, instead of bowling first, they used to bat first, and not understanding the conditions well. England have really been an average side within their group. Like I would really compare them with the current Bangladesh side. That's how their performance has been.
So yeah, they have shown some amazing promise in every ICC tournaments. We talk about only ICC tournaments because that is when they feature the most, and their bilaterals are not much of a talk around, because they play their bilaterals only with the weaker sides and not with sides like India, Australia, or England for that matter. But yeah, taking nothing away from Afghanistan, but was this, or is this England's weakest or darkest phase, in at least in white ball cricket? Do you think that, Weber, or it was just amazing gameplay by Afghanistan to bamboozle them out of the tournament?
So I had told a few videos ago that England would end in the last place.
Yeah.
Afghanistan might to number three or number two. That's
Mm.
exactly what played out. And just like how this Chacha in the background, he was there supporting England, but unfortunately, I have used him to make fun of England. They came to India, played 8 matches, 5 T20s, 3 ODIs. Still, they couldn't understand the conditions. Still, they couldn't, get used to the temperature. Probably there was a lot of smog in Lahore, or maybe mosquitoes. Who knows what? They just didn't do what they were meant to do. Their spinners are also on holiday, so I'm not sure why they came to play.
Mm.
But as usual, the same two people keep hitting in England. They keep performing. The rest of the
Mm.
team doesn't do anything. It has to be a Joe Root or you somebody else who just keeps performing regularly.
Yeah.
And there clearly seems to be a lack or a void that was left by Ben Stokes and him not
Mm.
being in. It could have been a much different side, but he's not there, and that is showing. They could have also picked a player like Sam Curran, who recently, did wonders in ILT20. They didn't do all
Yeah.
of that. They took all the wrong decisions, and that's what you get. And Afghanistan definitely, I rank them amongst the top six. because they deserve to be there. They are better than a Bangladesh. They're better. They are better than England, and hopefully, they win tomorrow, day after's game against South Africa. Sorry, against Australia, because they have defeated Australia in Australia in the past, and
Hmm.
wish they do that again. Ibrahim
Yeah.
Zadran, 177, the highest ever in a Champions Trophy. Nobody can
Hmm.
beat that.
Right.
And we all need to appreciate Mohammad Nabi. I think he's one of the oldest players in Champions Trophy. He's 40 years old
Yeah.
and scored 40 runs in 25 balls, which nobody else did. You know, be it England or Australia. That Group B, is a very tough group. You've got
Yeah. And
Australia.
he picked up 2 wickets as well.
Sorry.
He picked up 2 wickets as well.
First
Yeah,
wicket of his first ball of his spell.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. There is a reason why he is called the president by Afghanistan side. He has been playing since like even before Afghanistan was an associate nation. He's been
Hmm.
playing like really long time ago. So Afghanistan is in the top six. I consider them better than Bangladesh or England. England, I don't know what has happened.
Or Pakistan also, for that matter.
Pakistan, it depends. We'll we'll get to that in a bit. The next topic is that. But
Yeah.
yeah, Afghanistan is Afghanistan. They initially they were a spoil sport. Now they are a mainstream team. That's what I feel.
Hmm. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, when we talk about cricket, we talk about a lot of gifted players. We talk about gifted teams, and we talk about the players who put in the hard works. So that was always said about a combination of players in Indian cricket, at least when it was compared to Sehwag and Sachin. Sehwag was always looked like a gifted player, and Sachin was the one who came the ranks with the hard work. Same is said about Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. Rohit Sharma looks like a very gifted player, and Virat Kohli is the one who got his mantle with the hard work he had to put in those hard yards and get that amazing career which he has made for himself. And I feel when it comes to cricket as a whole or team as a whole, I feel Afghanistan is that team which has been a combination of gifted and hardworking players. When you call someone like a Rashid Khan, is definitely when he goes about his business, he looks like a gifted player, and he on his day he can dismantle any opposition in the world. He has been doing that in T20 leagues all across the world, and for his country as well, he's been doing that amazing job. And then you have players like Ibrahim Zadran, Azmatullah Umarzai, Fazalak Faruqi for that matter. They have a very variety of combination of players who put in the hard work, get the job done, and get their team over the line as well. That is something which Bangladesh, for that matter, should learn from. They have been in the cricket for around 20-25 years now, and it's been the same story altogether. They are always considered the last team in the tournament, even this time. So with that, we move on to our next topic, which is Bangladesh and Pakistan getting knocked out of the ICC Champions Trophy without winning anything because their last encounter was washed out due to rain in Pakistan. So what do you think Pakistan's future is from here? Because there are news and there are rounds going in the media circle that Akib Javed has apologized for all the losses which or what Pakistan is facing since last few months, and he takes full responsibility of whatever is happening in Pakistan cricket at the moment. But does that sound like a scapegoat made statement, or do you think it was Akib Javed who caused all the issues? Because it doesn't seem like from the outset, but definitely something to work on for Pakistan cricket. Do you think, Jinash?
Yeah, I mean, Pakistan only hosted the tournament for getting 1 point. So they at least got 1 point for hosting the tournament.
Yeah.
So that way. But I mean, with Pakistan cricket, I mean, to be honest, there's nothing much to even follow in Pakistan cricket. That's how bad Pakistan
Mm,
cricket is. I
mm,
mean, they don't have proper pitches, like even for their league matches, like their county matches, their first class matches, their domestic matches. They don't have proper pitches and those kind of things as well. So
mm,
the talent also doesn't come in. Now
mm,
sacking Akib Javed, like we all know that that's what happens in Pakistan whenever they lose a big major tournament. It's the the first person to get sacked is the coach, and
mm,
then it's all good, and then everyone forgets what has happened, and
yeah,
that's all. So
mm,
it was not surprising that Akib Javed would be the first one to get sacked, but the people who should actually be sacked are the selectors, because they are the ones who actually chose the team. Even
mm,
Mohammad Rizwan, I think in one of the press conferences before the Champions Trophy, he was
mm,
asked a question about the current team and everything. So at one point, he did say that I didn't even know that this team, what I had asked for, I have not got that team. So you
mm,
can't again even blame the the captain Mohammad Rizwan as well, or for the loss. It's mainly the selection what they have done. That is what
mm,
has caused the main problem. The emergence of Imamul Haq from somewhere when you have got a certain backup opener already in your squad, not and that particular backup opener, he has played for UAE for a pretty long time. He was from Dubai, UAE itself, and then
mm,
he got chance to play in PSL, and then he was spotted, and then he was bought into the Pakistan team. So he even knows the condition, and still he was not utilized in that position.
mm,
So, and with Pakistan cricket, the problem is if a player doesn't perform, like how we have in Indian cricket, we back that player continuously. We'll
mm,
see how he performs in the future tournaments. But with Pakistan, the problem is like if a certain player doesn't perform, they are being kicked out from the
mm,
team, or they are banished from the team straight away. So
yeah,
that's another problem. And
mm,
looking at the current economic conditions as well, I don't think that Pakistan cricket will be able to recover from the kind of state it is in currently. I don't even see them actually qualifying for the next World Cup as well,
mm,
because if they're not able to, I mean, even for qualifying for the World Cup, you have to be in that certain, you have to win certain bilaterals, you have to get that particular ratings, or whatever is that thing. The
mm,
reason why West Indies was not playing, and Afghanistan was actually, and Netherlands was actually playing instead of them.
mm,
So
mm,
I don't see Pakistan even crossing that threshold kind of a thing
mm,
for future cricket World Cups as well. And this is something which will affect directly on the overall profitability and all of those things also of the cricket World Cup or whatever. So if, I mean, just think, if you don't have an India Pakistan match, since
mm,
Pakistan has not qualified, what fan following is it going to, I mean, how is it going to affect the fan following as well? Because
mm,
after India, the second largest fan base is from Pakistan.
mm,
For Pakistan, they have got the biggest fan base. So
mm.
yeah, that's
Yeah, true. So yeah, I mean the similar story for someone like a Bangladesh, Weber. So they have been around for like 20-25 years now, and I think they have just managed to win an under 19 World Cup, if I'm
yes.
not wrong. So being in the circuit for close to 20-25 years, and someone like an Afghanistan who's been in the picture only for like 7 to 8 years now, since the 2019 World Cup, they came into the limelight when they won their amazing match in that World Cup in England. But going up the ranks is something what Afghanistan is doing, and it's definitely not the case for Bangladesh. Is it the management which is pulling them down, or is it is just the kind of quality which Bangladesh doesn't have to compete at an international level? If not, then do you think that they should be taken away that test playing nation badge, or do you think they have the mantle to go about their business in the rest of the tournaments coming in the future with the dismal performance they have in this tournament for sure?
I think the most important factor with Bangladesh is their attitude, the way they
Mm,
put themselves on the field.
mm,
They think that they are the best and they try to belittle the opponent always. Be it in
mm,
Australia or be it Sri Lanka, they try
mm,
their level best to belittle the player or the
yeah.
opponent. And that's not how cricket works. That's not how professional cricket at least works. Probably in Bangladesh Premier League you could do all of that, but
Mm,
not in international cricket. And that's what I feel has always pulled them down. They are
mm,
too confident about their skill, but they can't show it on the field. So that is what I feel is the main reason. And for both Pakistan as well as Bangladesh. I
mm,
think there is no loss of talent. There are loads of talented players, but due
mm,
to some internal reason, they don't get to play. Most of them
mm,
end up in some associate nation. There are Bangladeshi and Pakistani players playing for teams like Italy, Mongolia, and Sweden. Those teams. So I don't think they have a lack of skill in their countries, but they do have a lack of selection. They
mm.
do not select the right players. The right players are not given the opportunity. For example,
Right.
there's a player called Bilal Khan. There's a player called Fayaz Butt. Both of them ball 140 plus. They
Mm,
both have been playing for Oman for the last 5 years.
mm,
When you have such players, why don't you pick them in your side? Why don't you pick them, give them an opportunity to play for Pakistan? Mind you, these two
mm,
people born and raised in Pakistan. They both represented Pakistan in under 19,
mm,
and they're not
mm,
to the main team. So I don't see why Pakistan wouldn't fail in the future. Recently, like I was right after I think today's game, which was washed out. There was an interview with Shoaib Malik and Shoaib Akhtar and all these people. And Shoaib Akhtar was saying, talent is displayed. बातें नहीं करना पड़ता है field में. So they haven't done anything on the field. These
yeah.
players who have been selected, they
Mm,
played say South Africa, where half the players who are in the Champions Trophy were not there as part of the Tri Series. They were playing
mm,
with players that had just completed SA20. Uncapped players were given caps the
mm,
first time, and they played against
mm,
such a team and pulled off a victory against South Africa during the Tri Series. And with that confidence, they came to play. It's as good as playing an associate nation, but that's not the kind of skill that you need to play the Champions Trophy,
yeah.
especially when you're facing teams like India and New Zealand that are like
Mm,
far, far better in skill. And mind you, they've faced this exact New Zealand team in the Tri Series.
yeah.
Still, they opted not to make many changes to the side. They didn't bring in
Mm,
any different players. They just continued with the same squad. So it's the selection, it's the team, it's everything. The whole thing is collapsing on their own head,
mm,
and that's what
yeah.
has happened.
Yeah. So yeah, that brings us to the next question and the next match, which is going around while we are uploading this video, which is the big match of Group B, which is Afghanistan versus Australia. So, do you think that Australia, with the kind of, as we were saying, that the weak team they have in this tournament, but they still managed to clinch at least the English side, is it possible to see another Afghanistan bamboozling another side, or do you think Australia has the mantle to go about and get that second spot in that group, or do you think it is going to be Afghanistan making another semi-final in an ICC tournament match?
So if Afghanistan wins this match, I think they will get on
They will
top of.
be no
They'll be
because South Africa will have the chance to get into 5 points. Afghanistan will
okay.
be at four. So
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, so I mean, in like at the back of Afghanistan players' minds as well, the World
mm,
Cup 23 debacle will be in their mind as well, because the
yeah,
kind, I mean, they had the game at 98 for 7, and then
mm,
from there Glenn Maxwell
yeah,
show had started, and he scored 200 runs, 200 odd runs,
mm,
and they had pulled it off from the Australia. So,
mm,
so at the back of the mind, Afghanistan will have that. And firstly, I wouldn't look much into Australia's performance against England, because firstly, now looking at the England side, the way they have played right from India, right from the T20 series, I can
mm,
say that they were a subpar team, to be honest, like
mm,
Bangladesh, as I told.
mm,
So defeating Bangladesh is not, I mean, sorry, defeating England in their group is not that tough. They can, I mean, we'll see again against South Africa versus England as
yeah,
well
yeah,
once that match comes up.
mm,
So, so that's one thing. And Afghanistan has got good quality pace attack, good
mm,
quality spinners as well.
mm,
Mohammad
mm,
Nabi, he has got the knack of picking up wickets at the very first ball of his spell. He
Mm,
did it in the last match against England. He did it before that as well against South Africa. So he
mm,
has got that knack of picking up wickets. So
mm.
they have got a formidable attack, and I think that Afghanistan mentally have got that psychological benefit in their minds.
Yeah.
With regards to Australia's pace attack, you saw
Mm,
how they got hammered by England, like
mm,
scoring 350 odd runs on that pitch.
mm.
So I don't really think that Australia will make it to the top four. Looking at how looking at how Afghanistan have played.
Yeah, Vaibhav?
So I wish Afghanistan makes it to the semis.
Yeah.
Hopefully the rain doesn't
We
spoil
always
the
try.
game.
Yeah.
Hopefully the rain doesn't spoil the game.
Mm,
And as you know, Australians and spin do not go very well. They don't play spin very well.
yeah.
Afghanistan have got quality spinners. You've got an informed
Mm,
Noor Ahmed. You've got Rashid Khan, and you've got part-time spinners like Mohammad Nabi. Like most of the English spinners bowls
mm,
better than them. So with that, I think they are sorted. They're about 30 overs can be just spin, and that's more than
mm,
enough to trap Australia. And
mm,
once again, it's going to remind them about the 2022 World Cup. Hope
mm.
Australia don't fall for that and
Yeah.
try their level best to win. But I wish that Afghanistan make it because
Mm,
it'll be really nice to see an ICC tournament or without Australia and England, the two teams that always say that they're the best. So it would be
mm.
nice to see what happens, how things play out.
Yeah.
I even I'd even like Afghanistan to make it to the finals because that is true achievement for
But
Afghanistan.
to achieve that, they have to go past India if they qualify. So
We'll
so
see.
that's the thing. Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Hopefully, the rain doesn't wash out tomorrow's game. If the rain
No, they
washes out,
won't. It's in Lahore, right?
I think
It
so.
is.
But the recent report
Yeah, yeah, it
says
is. It is.
rain threatens the game.
Yeah.
So,
There is rain chances. Yes.
Oh,
so
Yes.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
just
So,
one thing I just wanted to tell about England cricket. Like I've
mm,
missed this point about the reasons why mainly England cricket is actually going, especially in ODI.
mm,
Yesterday, the number of sixes
mm.
Afghanistan hit were, I think, 12 or 15
Yeah.
sixes. Number of sixes England hit, three.
Yeah. I know that.
This is their baseball thing. And secondly, none of their players have got the required, endurance to go on, or how to accelerate or deaccelerate the innings, the muscle memory, what we call, because none of them actually play their county ODI cups as well.
Mm,
All of
mm,
them are being going like, not, I mean, none of them actually play. It's mainly the lower tier league players who actually play. None of the current Indian squad players who actually play the county as well. They all mainly play their franchise leagues, 100 and those kind of things. So that's where they actually excel, but not
mm.
in the longer white ball format. New
True.
reason.
Yeah. That's some amazing point which you make. I hope the English ex cricketers or the people who run English cricket also have this kind of a brain to analyze their own cricket and not pinpoint fingers at some other teams who have been doing brilliant and doing far more better than them in the ICC tournaments at least, and some other formats of cricket as well. So there was a bizarre comment as English ex cricketers do from Steve Harmison that BCCI is bending the rules of ICC tournaments and getting them in favor of India. It was regards to India being in Dubai and playing all their matches in Dubai again, like what Mike Atherton and Nasser Hussain said, which we discussed in the last video. It's bizarre. I mean, it's time England get over this excuse business of theirs and diverting the mind of cricket fans towards something else, which is not even relevant to cricket. And it's better they look into their team and what what problems their team has been doing since like more than a couple of years now, and they have been performing dismal in the T20 format, in the ODI format, and now also in the ICC tournament. So it's bizarre to see something like that from England. Australia also has a weaker team. They are not pinpointing fingers at other cricketers. It's just Pat Cummins. It is his problem, I think, with India, which makes him say all those things, because he also said something like that India has the advantage of playing in Dubai conditions, all their matches not traveling and stuff. So I don't think it is the case. We'll see when India plays New Zealand and how a better team would win that match. Whoever wins that match, I think, is going to be the contender for lifting the Champions Trophy. But yeah, not giving much air to Steve Harmison's comment there, because it doesn't require any attention in my opinion. So moving on to the last question of today is, there are some fitness concerns for multiple players in the Indian squad, because some of them did not practice, were there in the practice session but did not practice. That was Rohit Sharma, because maybe of the hamstring injury. It was Mohammad Shami, who was not 100% fit in the practice sessions as well. Shubman Gill missed one of the two sessions which India had been practicing in the last 3 days. So, do you see some changes like Rishabh Pant getting to open the innings? Do you think that is going to be a case, or do you think it is just the practice drills which India is going through, Jinansh?
No, I mean, firstly, since it was the first practice session,
Mm,
I wouldn't look much into it
yeah,
because Rohit Sharma is in the wrong side of 30s.
yeah.
He's probably also
38.
probably in the twilight of his career. So
Yeah.
he wouldn't want to take much stress because he already has got that hamstring issue, which
Mm,
has happened to him previously as well. The reasons
yeah.
why he was getting injured. So that's one of the reasons why he might have not practiced yesterday,
Mm,
just not to get it. I mean, just to take a bit, uh, take a bit of chill pill kind of thing, so that
mm,
he doesn't exercise much. But the way he was walking, I saw a few videos. The way he was walking and everything, it didn't look much of an issue.
yeah.
So, and even after the hamstring issue, I could see him. He came back to field as well. Then
Mm,
he came back. I mean, then he played that 20 runs, 15 balls innings as well, running
mm,
between the wickets. I
mm,
couldn't see much problems over there. So
yeah.
probably just to ease out the hamstring issue, that's the reason why he might have not practiced yesterday.
Mm,
Uh, we'll come to know tomorrow because tomorrow is the practice session if Rohit Sharma is practicing or not. Considering Rishabh Pant, I think they will give him one game time
yeah.
just to make him take the feel of the pitch as well.
Mm,
So you could see KL Rahul probably getting dropped.
yeah.
I mean, dropped as in just for this one game so that Rishabh Pant gets that game time as well. Promoting, and in case if Rohit Sharma is not there, then I would suggest that promoting Rishabh Pant is actually a good idea
Mm,
because the only reason why he would get into, if he wants to get into the T20 scheme of things as well,
mm,
the only position open for him is at the top of the order
yeah.
because the middle order is fully packed with Tilak Verma and Surya Kumar Yadav, Hardik Pandya, Rinku Singh.
Mm,
So the only place where he can fit is in to come in place of a Sanju Samson.
mm,
So like a direct swap. I would suggest. I mean, if Rohit Sharma is not playing and if he gets to open, I would want him to make the most of this opportunity to at least get into the scheme of the white ball things.
mm, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't agree with the fact that KL Rahul is going to be rested, because it has been said that KL Rahul is going to address the press conference tomorrow. So in that case, I don't think he will be rested if he is addressing the press. But we'll know about that, and we have many more things to discuss about India's playing 11 and New Zealand spinners in tomorrow's podcast, which will be aired on the Saturday, and we'll discuss about the India New Zealand encounter, and as it has been looked as the dress rehearsal of the final of ICC Champions Trophy. But yes, that is a discussion for tomorrow's podcast, and we will discuss and we will get to know probably the second semi-finalist as well in Group B after the encounter of Australia and Afghanistan. So yeah, the battle is between who keeps their nerves. Both the teams have the mantle to go and get the spot for the semi-finals. But yes, if Rain God stays away, we'll get to see another amazing cracker of a match. Yeah, that's for next time to discuss. Until then, take care. Bye bye.